Hello guys, we are back with another GFG problem. Today we are going to solve a very interesting problem. Let's see the today's problem. And today's problem is longest palindrome in a string. So it's a highly submitted question. You can see here. Okay, let's dive into the question. What's actually question asks? So you have given a string S and you have to find out the longest palindromic substring in S. Substring of S this. Okay, so you know very well what is substring. Okay, so you have to return a palindromic substring, longest palindromic substring. So what's the palindrome? Palindrome string is a string. If you read from the backward, it's the same as you read from the front side. Let's take an example. Nitin. Nitin is a palindromic string. If you read from left to right, it will be same if you read right from right to left. So in the both direction you read the same thing. So that type of string is called palindromic string. So and your duty to find out the maximum or longest palindromic substring in that given string. So in that given, let's take an example one. If you're given this string, the longest substring in that which is palindrome, it's this. So in that case you return this. So if you given an ABC, so what is the palindromic substring in that case? The maximum, the longest palindromic substring is A, because you can make only if you read this from left to right or right to left, it's the same. But if you want to make a two character substring, it can't be a palindrome, because if you read from left to right or right to left, it's different. So that's, I think you understand what's actually palindrome is and how can we generate. It's our next duty. So what's on my mind is actually, if I want to solve this problem, so I generate all the substring, and after generating all the substring, and I have to check is it palindrome or not, and in which I just make one conditional, add one more condition. If my and we have to I added one condition, and in which the longest this condition is belongs to is, it find out the longest substring which is palindrome also. So it's fine, and after finding the longest palindrome substring, I'll just return it. So for doing this, I'll make it some variable. It's a max, which is going to store the longest palindromic uh, size, and I'll make it ans, which in which I'm going to store my answer. And for generating all substring, so let's write this capital S to small s, because it is easy to write, and size dot and I plus plus. And after that, what I do, I'll make an substring in which I'm going to store the temporary string substring, and every and after that, as dot size j plus plus, j plus plus. So what I actually do, I'll add it into my substring the current position, and after adding this thing, I'll make it a one more function which is to check it is it palindrome or not. So I'll just pass it my substr in that, and also I won't add one more condition here. If my max is greater than, if my sub str is greater than, substr dot size is greater than max. If it's greater, if my check if my substr is palindrome as well as my substr dot size is greater than my max size, that the case, I'll just add it. I'll update it my ans to the substr, and I have to update my max too. And in that case, I'll just write sub str dot size. So updated my max as well my answer, and that's it. I have to do, and I'll return my answer in that case. So that's the code, guys. But I have to make a stub function check, so I have to make this thing too. So I'll just make it. So it's a boolean type because it's check only is it palindrome or not, and it's take the one parameter is a string. And what I do actually, I'll made I make which going to I made it a variable and which going to store the size of the string, and write a simple code for checking is it palindrome or not. And I plus plus if si is not equal to sn minus 1 minus I'll return it 0 from here. Otherwise, if it's a palindrome, I'll just return it true. So that's the code, guys. Let's compile and run our code. Okay, check your in. Okay, it's accepted. Let's submit our code, guys. And it's accepted. So if you have any doubt, let me know in the comment section. I resolve your doubt as soon as possible. Until then, keep grinding.